So to start off this look, I am going to apply an eyeshadow base. This is one from Nars. It's called the Pro Prime Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. I did get this as a 100-point perk at Sephora a few weeks ago, and I've really been enjoying it lately. So I'm just putting that all over my eyelid, and then I just blend it out with my finger. I'm also going to set it with a bone-colored eyeshadow, matte eyeshadow, just so that it can prevent it from creasing or just breaking up the eyeshadow. We are using glitter in this tutorial, so yeah, that's why you want to go ahead and use a eyeshadow base. Next, I am going to use a big fluffy brush from BH Cosmetics and this Bobbi Brown No. 5 Camel shade. It makes a good transition color. It's very similar to MAC Uninterrupted eyeshadow. It's kind of like a mustard tone-ish eyeshadow, but I kind of just sloppily put that all over my crease. You don't have to be neat with this. This is why we have tape, so that you can just do whatever with your eyeshadow, and then when you remove the tape, it'll still be neat at the end. So again, not trying to be neat, just focusing that mainly on the crease area. Next, I am taking this gold eyeshadow. It's from a Lorac holiday palette set thing that I got last year at Sephora. And I'm just using my finger to put that on my lid. Since we are using gold glitter, I just felt like using a gold eyeshadow would kind of make the glitter stand out a little bit more, so that's what I'm doing here. Mainly do focus this on the eyeshadow, or on the eyelid. Try not to go above the crease where we put that other shade. Alright, and here I am taking this fudge color from the Anastasia Beverly Hills World Traveler palette with the Sigma E35 tapered blending brush. Again, I'm just focusing that on the crease, kind of where we put that mustard shade. Again, it doesn't have to be neat. This is what the tape is for. I did post a blog about, or a review about this palette when I first started my blog, so I will go ahead and leave that listed down below if you guys are interested in checking that out. Alright, and here the clip didn't show, but I did take the black matte eyeshadow that came in the palette. It's called Noir, and I'm using a Sigma E30 brush, and I'm just focusing that on the outer V. This is where the tape really comes in handy. That way you don't get that black all over the place. And again, with that same BH fluffy brush that we used at the beginning with no additional product, just making sure that that blends out nicely. Alright, what am I looking for? Okay, so yeah, back with that E35 brush. I don't think I picked up any additional brown product, but again, just making sure everything blends out nicely and we have no harsh lines, especially when you're working with dark eyeshadows. Going back and retouching up that gold. I did get a little bit of that gold in the crease, so you'll see me throughout the video just go back with the blending brushes just to kind of cover up that gold, because I didn't want gold in the crease area. I think there I did pick up a little bit of the Camel shade and just went over that in my crease. And then this is just a clean tapered blending brush. Absolutely nothing on it. I actually got this brush off Amazon, and I like it because it fits nicely into the actual crease. It's small. It's very, very small, and it kind of just makes everything look smooth. Alright, so now I'm taking the synthetic brush. It actually came with the Naked Original palette, and I'm spraying that with some Mario Badescu Rose Water facial spray. You can use MAC Fix Plus, and I'm using this NYX Gold Glitter. It doesn't have a name, but I got it at a beauty supply store a few years ago. And I just put a little in the lid and then dip my brush into it. So this is glitter. Like, it's going to have fallout, so just be aware. But here, instead of rubbing my brush on my eyelid, I am just slightly dabbing it because it did have a lot of fallout, and this was my second time filming this. The first time there was just a lot of glitter that fell, so that's why you see me here just kind of just slightly dabbing it. I didn't want to go too overboard with the glitter. Now this is just a clean blending brush. I don't even think it's a specific brand. I actually got it again off Amazon, and just here cleaning up, making sure the glitter didn't go onto the crease. Here I'm just removing the tape, and you can see we have a nice clean line. Alright, so here I am going to curl my eyelashes with an eyelash curler from Tarte. We are prepping our eyelashes for some falsies, so that's what I'm doing here. And then I am taking this Tarte Gifted mascara and just applying a few coats of that. Mine's almost drying out, so that's why it doesn't really seem like it's doing anything, but that's okay. We're going to apply some dramatic eyelashes right after this. I'm taking the Salon Perfect 615 eyelashes. I'm sorry if you can't see them. I don't think my camera autofocuses. But I am taking that, and I'm going to use the Duo Brush On Adhesive with Vitamins Glue. It does dry clear, and what I like about this adhesive is that you don't have to wait the 30 seconds for the glue to become tacky. Within 15 seconds, you can already apply your false eyelashes. And I did find mine at Ulta, I want to say. I'm sorry I didn't show a clip of it. I was kind of just all over the place with this video. And as you can see there, I just hated the way my eyebrows looked, so I do end up redoing them. Alright, and here you will see me use some tweezers to try and get the lashes as close as I can to my natural lash line so that they blend more easily. And I'm sorry, I didn't realize that I was blocking the camera. I should have cut this clip out, but here I'm just making sure the ends of the eyelashes are just being pushed down, that way they don't lift up later on. And then just pinching the ends with my finger, making sure that they are stuck to my natural, or as close as they can to my natural lash line. That way they don't rise up in the corners, because that's one of my biggest pet peeves, is when you're talking to someone and their eyelashes are like lifting up. So here I'm just making sure that they stay on. Alright, so one eyelash down. Again, just making sure that they stay down. So here I'm just working on my second lash, making sure that the glue is somewhat dry. And then I'm going to go ahead and again use the tweezers to apply them. I was having a little bit of trouble at first applying them with the tweezers, so I kind of just go back and forth with my finger, and then mainly towards the corners is when I use the tweezers. These aren't the tweezers I normally use. They were just the first ones that I saw, but they did the job. So again, just making sure the corners stay down. It's the most important thing about wearing eyelashes. And here I am just pinching the lash band with my natural lash line, just so that it can blend more easily. I typically don't use mascara on my falsies, so that's why I take this step in pushing down the lashes to make sure they blend with my natural lashes. Alright, so next we're going to work on the skin. I am prepping my skin with the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer in the Smoothing Primer, and I'm mainly focusing that on my problematic areas. So wherever I have larger pores, usually on the side of my cheeks, on my nose, and kind of just focusing that in my main area. I'm also going to take this Nivea Post-Shave Balm for Men for sensitive skin. I've been using this as a primer lately thanks to Nikki Tutorials. If you guys want to check out my blog post, I actually reviewed this product not too long ago, so I'll leave that linked below if you guys are interested in my thoughts. But lately I've been enjoying this as a face primer, and it's you can get it at the drugstore, so it's very affordable. Next, I'm going to take my foundation. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Invisible Cover Stick Foundation. I got this not too long ago. This is my second time using it. But basically, on this side of my face, I am color correcting with the green concealer. I've been breaking out really bad on this side of my face, and I've been getting a lot of acne scarring. So what the green concealer does is kind of just help cancel out any redness that I have, and then I just apply the foundation over that. But I have been enjoying this foundation. It's a very light coverage, and in photographs it looks awesome. So I've really been enjoying it. Taking my dampened beauty blender and just blending everything out. When you're doing this, you do want to do a pouncing motion and not a rubbing motion, just because the pouncing motion will blend everything out. Nicely, and will give it more of a natural look. And make sure you take your foundation down to your neck and blend everything out. Also into your hairline. That way there's no harsh lines. And get the side of your nose, because sometimes I forget that and I get foundation lines. I don't know, it's weird. Next, I am taking concealer, my favorite part. I'm taking two today. The first one is the Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin Concealer. It is oil-free, and it is in the shade light medium. So I take that in an upside down triangle to just brighten up my eyes. It is a very creamy concealer, which is why I love it. It blends out really easily. So I put a little bit of that under my eyes, some on my nose, on the side of my nose where I would usually get redness, and then on my chin. And make sure you do pat. You don't want to rub under your eye, just because your under eyes are sensitive. So by just patting it, it'll really work the product into your under eye and give it more of a natural finish. It's blended out, there's no lines, and everything looks smooth. I'm going to take my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and I am going to use the baking method. Basically what the baking method is you just leave the concealer cooking or baking under your eye, just leaving excess powder under your eye. That way it can really set the concealer, and the concealer won't move anywhere. So that's what I'm doing here, and I'm placing the translucent powder everywhere where I put concealer. So under my eyes, a little on my chin, on my nose, and some on my forehead. I do go back and set the rest of my face, but the concealer, since I did use quite a bit, I do want to make sure that it does not move and everything is set in place. Alright, so here's where I go back in and do my eyebrows. I just start off by combing them out. I'm using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the color Espresso. And I'm just following my natural arch, not doing anything too crazy. Eyebrows are my least favorite to do, so the less time I spend on them, the better. But basically here, all I do is just follow my natural arch and then do small strokes towards the front so it can give it more of a natural look. I don't want anything too harsh. We already have a lot going on with the eyes, so I don't want my eyebrows to be looking harsh or carve out or anything like that. So basically I just keep it pretty natural and pretty light with the brows. And again, you just want to go back and forth. Use the spoolie to really blend out the product throughout the brow, and that way you don't get any harsh lines. I had a little bit of glitter in my eye. Alright, so that's why I was doing that. Now that I'm finishing up the brows, next I'm going to bronze the face. I'm going to actually clean up the excess powder with a stippling brush. This is just another random brush that I got off of Amazon, and I just use it to sweep off any excess of the translucent powder. And then I am now going to bronze up the face. I am going to be using my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I'm actually going to be using these two colors. Just kidding. I'm going to set the rest of my face with my MAC Studio Fix in C40, I think, with the Real Techniques large powder brush. So I'm just blending everything out, making sure my neck matches my face. Alright, now I think is where I'm bronzing. Okay, so now I'm taking my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm using the two colors Sombre and Shadow Play with a MAC Kabuki brush. I got this at my CCO, and yeah, I'm just basically bronzing up my face, anywhere where natural sunlight would hit, also bronzing up my neck so that everything matches. And then after that, I am going to take another Real Techniques brush. It's an angled brush, and I'm going to use the Cool Tone shade in the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. It is called Subconscious, and just basically I'm going to use this to contour. So following my natural hollow of, well, that natural line, the hollow of your cheek, and just kind of sweeping that, going around my temples. Just really contouring and focusing on the perimeter of my face. And then you always want to go contour up, or if you're ever going to blend product, go ahead and blend it up. You never want to blend it down, because if you blend it down, that shadow will it defeats the purpose of contouring. Next, I am just cleaning up my contour with this cosmetic sponge and the same Laura Mercier translucent powder. And I'm just using that, not the pointed, but the other side of the cosmetic sponge, and then just following that line. That way it cleans up the contour a little bit. I think I did contour a little bit too down, so that's why I'm using this method. We are going to let that sit for a little bit like we did with the under eyes, so just go back to that. And then here I'm just going to go back and just blend out a little bit more of the eyeshadow, nothing too crazy. Oh, just kidding. Here I'm contouring my nose, taking that same Cool Tone eyeshadow and just a blending brush with no product on it, and just nothing too crazy, just for the sake of this video, just kind of just contouring my nose and taking it on the side, making sure it's blending out, and definitely no harsh lines, especially when it comes to contouring. And then on my bottom lip here, just making my bottom lip look more fuller. These are just little tips and tricks I've seen on other videos, so I figured why not. Alright, again with that random tapered Amazon brush, no additional product, just blending. Blend, blend, blend. Okay, here's where I tried to go back in with the glitter, and I don't think it made much of a difference, but I kind of just tried to touch up a little bit. It was kind of hard because of the fact that I already had my eyelashes on, but you get the idea. Kind of just said, alright, moving on. And then here I'm just using the BrownBorder Kohl pencil from MAC. It's just a brown eyeliner pencil. I cut the clip out because the palette was in the way and I didn't realize it. But all I did was line my waterline with that. And then I took a Bare Minerals Heavenly Liner blending brush and just took that same camel color and kind of just smoked out that eyeliner. Nothing too crazy. Kind of just adds depth to the bottom lash line. I do have contacts in, so that's why some of the stuff that I do kind of just irritates my eye. Here I was taking the brown matte eyeshadow from the Anastasia kit again, the fudge color, and just putting that on the outer portion. Next I'm going to take that same Tarte mascara and just apply mascara onto the bottom lashes. Love when you make cute faces when you apply mascara. Alright, so now I am blending away that excess from the cleaning of the contour. And I am going to take a terracotta shade blush. This is actually from a blush palette, or e.l.f. blush palette. I was going to mix the two, but I ended up just going with the terracotta shade. And this is a BH, it's not a blush brush, I believe it's a contour brush, but I use it as blush. I really do enjoy it as blush. I kind of just do a side smile and make sure I get it on the apples of my cheeks. And then next I am going to highlight. This is a travel or sample size from Becca Opal. This was another 100-point perk, and I'm taking that with a a Real Techniques setting brush. And I'm just putting that on the high points of my cheek, on my nose, on my cupid's bow, and on the bridge of my nose. I don't typically highlight that much just because I am very oily, so if I overdo it with the highlight, then I just look very, very oily, so that's why I just do minimal. And I am just cleaning up my lips. I had some lip balm on, but I'm going to take this MAC Brick Red lip pencil and just lining my lips, or try to. I do end up filling everything in, and then I go in with another lip product here in just a minute. But here I'm just kind of lining my lips, getting the general line of my lips, and then kind of just filling it in. I didn't have a matte red liquid lipstick. I wish I did, but for now I'm using this red matte Nars pencil in Cruella. This is actually the lip pencil you get whenever it's the month of your birthday. It's the one that Sephora gives you for the month of your birthday as like a little gift. And this was my first time using it, so I really did enjoy it. Go in with a brow bone highlight. This was just a matte eyeshadow, and I just put that under my brow bone. I also go in a little bit and kind of highlight the inner tear duct with that bone colored shade we used at the beginning and the gold eyeshadow, and kind of just put that in there. And then here's where I'm going to spray my face. I'm actually going to spray my face with the Rose Water Mario Badescu facial spray. I was looking for my Scandinavia matte spray. I couldn't find it, so I was just like, well, I'll just use what I have, and it was the Rose Water spray. So that is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed my first video. I had a lot of fun filming it. Please comment below on anything you would like to see next, and also please don't forget to subscribe. All the products I used will be listed down below in the bottom description bar, along with my social media sites where you can follow me at, and also my blog information, so go be sure to check that out. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.